What is up, guys? Mega Mad here with another pickups video for the month of November. Got quite a bit of stuff this month, so let's just get right into it. First I'll do some game trades, and then we'll get to game store pickups and everything. This one, a guy on OfferUp, he had a DSi XL Mario Edition up for like $20, or he had $30 on it, and he said he'd take less because the bottom screen on it didn't really seem to work, or was fuzzy. So I messaged him and I said, what would you take for it? And he said, how about $20? I was like, okay, fine. So I got a red. It's actually the Mario Edition DSi XL, but the bottom screen is kind of screwy, so I might have to take that apart and look at it. But then I asked him if he had any more games, and he said, I don't, but my roommate does, who he was living with. And he said he had an N64 with some games. So took some pictures, and I asked what he wanted for it, and he said $80. I said 50, and he's like, okay, how about 50 for everything with the DSi? I was like, cool. So to my surprise, the N64 was not just a regular N64. It is a grape N64, and it's missing the expansion cover, which is okay. You can find these new and everything, but it's actually in really nice, decent shape. It came with 3 controllers, not one of the matching ones, but came with 2 regulars, Atomic Grape one, Atomic Purple, not the grape one, but Atomic Purple. All the hookups and everything. I'm not going to show you guys that because that's just the point. But it came with 17 games, and some of these games are pretty good, so I'm just going to go through them real quick. First we got Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Knockout Kings 2000. That's not too great. WCW Revenge. WCW NWO. Ridge Racer 64. This one you don't see a lot. I've never really seen this. Starshot Space Circus Fever. Never played that, so I'm going to give that a shot. We got Jet Force Gemini. Glover. Banjo-Kazooie. Namco Museum. It's another uncommon game you don't see. Chameleon Twist 2. And this one I've never seen. It's got a little bit of label damage, but Tom and Jerry Fists of Fury. Don't see that one too often. Not one, but 2 copies of Donkey Kong N64. Turok Rage Wars. Gex 64. And the last title is Pokemon Stadium. So yeah, $50 for all that. That's a pretty solid deal. It's a pretty good deal. I couldn't pass that up. So yeah, that was good. So let's move on. Get some of this stuff out of the way, so don't drop all the games everywhere. Okay. Alright, next up, let's do, okay, I did a recent trade with a guy on Facebook. He had a game I was looking for, and I think he was going for a complete NES collection. He had one of the games he was looking for I had, which was Gemfire on the NES. Apparently that's uncommon to find, the NES one. It's on, I think it's on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, but on NES it's like I think it's worth about $90 to $100. But yeah, a couple games I wanted, and then I traded him. What was the name of it? A GameCube game. I can't think of what it was called. It was not a good title, but anyway. But he traded me. For NES, I've got the Creon Conquest. Now, for those of you that don't know what this game is, this is an uncommon game. This is basically a Mega Man clone. It's got the same sprites and everything, same kind of level design, but instead of the blue bomber that you normally see, you're a witch. who has a broom with special powers, and you start off with all those powers, but it plays exactly like Mega Man. I mean, it's the same style, sprite style. The levels are laid out the same. You have to fight a boss at the end of every level, but it's hard, but it's really fun. And if you like Mega Man, like I love Mega Man, this is like a must-have for your collection. So if you ever see it, and it's a decent price, it's gone up in price. It's like 85 bucks now, I think, around there. But pick it up if you like Mega Man like I do. And then this game, which I've never played before, which is kind of weird. Some of you are probably going to scratch your head when I show this, but this is one PS1 game I've been looking for. I can never find it. When I do find it, it's usually the greatest hits version. This guy had the Black Label version for PS1 and the greatest hits version, so he told me I could have a Black Label one. But this is a Castlevania game I've never played before, and I'm looking forward to going through it. But everybody loves this game, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So I know it's weird. I love Castlevania, but I've never played this or gotten around playing it. So looking forward to playing that. Hopefully the hype lives up to it. So moving on. Oh, this deal. This was a fantastic deal too. This guy, I messaged him. I think this was on Facebook as well. He lived in Genoa, Illinois, which is about a 40-minute drive from here, which isn't too bad. He had a DSi that he was getting rid of with some games, and one of the things he had I've never came across before, so I had to get it. Asked what he wanted. I think I paid 50 bucks for this, but it was well worth it. So first off, the DSi is actually complete in box. It's a black DSi, just a black one. It does come with the charger, and I think it was maybe missing the stylus. I don't know. I haven't really looked, but that was neat to get. But then what got me are the games. Is what makes this deal even better. These are all complete. But we got Pokemon Black version, Pokemon Platinum, and then the best one is what caught my eye is I've never seen a complete copy of this, but Pokemon Heart Gold version. This game is going up like crazy. But then the bonus thing, which I didn't even know he had, it wasn't pictured, which it needs batteries, but I've never seen one of these. This is a Pokemon like Pokedex, Pokewalker. Is it Pokewalker or is it Pokedex? I'm not really sure what it's called. I'm not a big Pokemon guy, but I've never came across one of these before. I've never seen one, but it doesn't work, but you can replace the batteries. You can take that little screw out, and it takes, I think, like a watch battery, so I'll have to do that and see what that's all about, but 50 bucks for all that. I mean, that's just a crazy deal for that. So, alright. Let's move on to some game store grabs. Alright, so this story. So, Nintendo released this little thing called the NES Classic. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I'm sure you have. It's been everywhere. It's been sold out everywhere. Well, the day it came out happened to come out on a day that I didn't have to work. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I got up early. I went to Target first, and I was the, like, 17th person in line, and they only had about 12 of them, so I didn't get one there. Well, then I went to a GameStop that I would think not a lot of people would go to. I ended up getting there. I was the 7th person in line, and I was there about 2.5 hours before they opened, and there was already 6 people there waiting. So I was the 7th person in line, but I managed to get an NES Classic Edition. And for those of you who know, this little thing, this $59.99 retail thing has just gone up. Scalpers and resellers, I've seen these things go for over $200 on eBay, and they're selling too. $200, $300 on eBay. I mean, it's just insane. And Nintendo has said that they are going to release more before the holiday season, but I think they've only had one more release, and it's still been stores have only gotten like 10 apiece, which is really dumb for Nintendo's part. I mean, I know it drives up the demand for this thing, but I mean, come on, why people are paying over $100+ for this thing, and I would never pay that much for this, but I mean, just the way Nintendo releases stuff, like they did, the same thing happened with the Amiibos, if you guys don't remember. When they first brought Amiibos out, they only got so many, and stores only got so many, and then they became so, hired, popular, people paying, $80 for one Amiibo. I mean, it was just crazy, but I mean, Nintendo, the way they do stuff, the way they market stuff and everything is just ridiculous in my opinion. So I got one. I played it. I love it. I'm keeping it. I'm not selling it. It's for my collection. So yeah, paid $60 for it. Alright. Next thing I got was another new system. Yeah, I was kind of hesitant to get this, but Black Friday has rolled around as it does every year, and I was planning on getting one of these, and my wife wanted one of these, and I told her we'll get one eventually. Well, Black Friday came out, and they had a deal for $250. You get a game included with it, and you get 2 free games with it. So, and that was at Best Buy. So the new system I got was the Uncharted version, Uncharted 4 for the PS4. So yeah, I finally have a PS4 now. So that's something. But it came with Uncharted 4, and I've been playing the crap out of this game. This game is really good. If you love the Uncharted series, this one's really good. I just finished it yesterday, and wow, unbelievable game. I mean, really, really good. One of the best in the franchise. So if you've never played Uncharted, it's basically like Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed kind of combined. You're basically a treasure hunter, a treasure thief. This one's called A Thief's End. So you're looking for like tombs and lost gold and pirates. This one's all about pirates, so pirates, lost gold, and everything. So really, really fun game. Highly recommend it. And I highly recommend the other three for PS3 if you haven't played them yet. Okay, so then this game I actually got before I got the PS4, but I've had this for the 3DS. But this is the second game of this, I believe. There's one for Game Boy Color, which is stupid expensive. This is the second one. This was a limited run game release. This is Shantae Risky's Revenge. So now I got that for the PS4. Oh, but then I forgot to say the two games that came with the PS4 bundle for $250 was you get Uncharted 4, which is included. You were supposed to get The Last of Us and I think Ratchet and Clank, but Best Buy sold out of them. So they had a bin of $20 games that you could pick 2 of them and you get those 2 for free with the system. So the 2 games I got were Resident Evil Revelations 2, which I have not played this one yet. That's actually still wrapped. Haven't gotten around to it. This one is 2, and I'm happy to finally get around playing this, but this is Batman Arkham Knight. I played all the Batman Arkham games and decided to wanted to get that when I got a PS4 so I could play through that. But then GameStop was having Black Friday deals on PS4 games, which was crazy. This is weird because PS4 games are usually like $60 normally, but they had this game, and I think there were a couple other games where they were advertising them for $10. And I've been told this is a great game. Haven't played it yet. It's for PS3, but this is the remaster version. But for $10, I got The Last of Us for PS4. Pretty cool. I'm happy to get that. And then this, I was told by my buddy Jason that this was a Genesis game, and this is I don't know if it's a sequel or it's like a remastered version of it. This was only $15 at GameStop, and I guess it's kind of hard to find. It's getting obscure to find. But for the PS4, Assault Suit Lanos, I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. But it's basically like a mech run and gun, shoot 'em up, shooter type thing. And I guess it was on, there was another game on the Sega Genesis. I forget the name of it right now, but I guess this was either the sequel to it or it's the remastered version. I'm not sure. Jason's probably doing a face palm right now, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I got a pretty nice library of PS4 games to play with my new system. So that was pretty awesome. I'm happy to finally have a PS4. Alright, so moving on to regular game store grabs. Oh, first I'll show these. I already have one of these, but I was in my local Walgreens, and I always check the toy section just for the heck of it. And I happened to see these there, and these are Walgreens exclusives. You don't really see these. Every time I go in a Walgreens, I never see these on the shelf. But I already have one of these. I bought online. I probably paid more, but they're only like I think they're $4 a piece in the store retail. But this is a White Link, or I think he looks blue, but the White Link costume. And then this is the 8-bit Mario classic, like black and white Mario. So I found that at a local Walgreens. I was kind of shocked to see those on the shelf, so I decided to pick them up. Alright, now let's go to game store grabs. So, very beginning of the month, me and Jason took a trip to Madison like we always do. We had a hunch. I just wanted to do some game hunting, whatever. So we went to the normal stores we go to, and we go to Video Game Exchange, and then we go to a chain called Preplayed. And Preplayed, their games are a lot of times a lot more expensive, but you can catch a good deal every now and then. So I found this game. This is a GBA Classic NES Series game. I'm trying to get all these complete in box or sealed. Either way, it's like one of the only collections I'm really collecting for right now. They had this one, and I think it was only $20, which is a good deal. It's not sealed, but Metroid NES Classic Series complete in box. Box is in really nice shape, so decided to pick that up. And then this one was actually really cheap, cheaper than it normally is, which is kind of weird because that store is usually up on all their prices and everything. But for the PSP, I'm gonna abuse this Polo Cross. I butchered the crap out of that. But this is like looks like a RPG sort of battle game with dragons, and I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's probably not my type of game, but I think it was only like $6, so I mean, you can't beat that. And then we went to the other Preplayed, which is where all the like expensive stuff is. I saw this in the case. I was really hesitant to get it because I think it was like $30. And I was looking up the price online and everything, and that's basically what it goes for. So it was right on price. It wasn't, overpriced or anything like some other games are in there. But this is the only game for this on the PS1. So, and it's a really fun series, and this is the only PS1 version, so that sold me on that. But PS1, complete copy of Metal Slug X. So really happy, really nice to have that. If you don't know what the Metal Slug series is, you're basically like a guy, it's like a Contra type game, run and gun type of game. It's really fun. They have the Metal Slug collection on PSP, Wii, and PS2. That'll give you a pretty good variety of Metal Slug games. I think this one is on there too, but this is nice to have a physical copy of that. Alright, and then the last game store grabs here are from my local store, which I love so much because the prices are so great. Anyway, this game this is a PSP game, a shooter game. This was priced insanely cheap. I even left the price on there so you guys can see. $2.99, and this is a R-Type command. However, I took it up to the counter, and they got me the disc and everything, and the case, the little plastic case around here that surrounds the disc is actually broken, and I was kind of bummed by that. They told me I didn't have to get it if I didn't want it, but she said she would sell it for me for half. So I actually got this game for like $1.30 and some change. So I guess you can get replacement cases online, so I'm going to have to do that and swap it out, and it'll be good as new. This game, I got the second game of this not too long ago. This is a fun, like, little chibi game. It's like it's really funny. I forget the name of the second one. It's a funny name, but this is like you're a penguin and you have weapons and you have like knives and assault rifles and all that stuff, and you just go around. This is Prinny. Can I really be a hero? As you see, he's got a blade in his hand, so that was cool. Next one I got, this one was actually, if you watch GirlfriendVS, I'm giving a little plug here, Curtis, he does a video series called Booty Bonanza. He had this in his last video, and it's funny. He was saying this is an underrated game, and you know, it's like a sequel to the third version of this, and I thought it was funny. He was talking about it, and I actually found a copy of this before his video was out. I don't know who got their copy first. Was it you, Curtis, or was it me? I don't know. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is Contra 4 for the Nintendo DS, and like he said in his video, yeah, this is probably like an underrated Contra game. If you like Contra 3, the Alien Wars, it kind of plays kind of like that. But it's kind of like, it goes off, I think, of like the original Contra, maybe. I haven't really played it much, but it's a lot of fun. And like it uses the dual screen on the DS. I know that bugs some people, but it's a really good Contra game. So if you find that, pick it up. It's really, really good. This game, this is weird. I saw Jason had this game and I've been looking for it, but it's just weird. It's based off of, it's inspired by the legendary Gradius series. This is a 360 game. I think it's only for 360. Again, this is a name I'm probably going to butcher, but you're basically like chick, like Japanese chick that can morph into a ship, like a Gradius ship, and it's just basically a like 3D shooter game, but it's called Otamius Excellent. And as you can see, there's a chick on the front who's like hanging on to part of her ship she morphs into. You can see the other ones in the background. But I haven't gotten around to play this yet, but I guess it's inspired by Gradius, so I'm going to have to check that out. And it was fairly cheap, so. This next game I got 3 more games to show and then we're done here. So this next game, kind of surprised at how much this game goes for. It's crazy. It's a Spyro game. My wife likes all the Spyro games. We haven't played this one, but this Spyro game has some really cool voice actors in it. Mark Hamill is one of them. Elijah Wood's in here. Gary Oldman's in here. Christina Ricci's in here. I don't know if that's why this Spyro game costs so much, but this one's actually harder to find. I think this is on the 360 and the PS3, but this is for the PS2, but it's The Legend of Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon. So yeah, it looks really fun. I think this is the only Spyro game too where you can play co-op. See, there's another dragon next to Spyro. I forget that dragon's name, but yeah, you can play 2-player co-op on this, so definitely excited to check that out. Then this game was actually recommended by Jason again. He recommends a lot of stuff, so this is a really good beat-em-up game, I guess, for the series. Never played this when it came out. I think there's 3 or 4 versions of this. But you're basically like in a gang, I think it's a Chinese gang or Japanese gang. And you just go around beating up people, bullies that get in your way. But this is the original Yakuza for the PS2. Alright, last game. The only reason I got this is because it was cheap. It was actually half of what it goes for. So I wasn't going to get it because I have the PS2 version, but I figured, well, I can have both versions. It's a fighting game, old school fighting game. Really cool game. Just going to go ahead and say Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but this is for the Xbox. And this one, I guess, is more obscure than the PS2 version. I don't know why. Maybe there weren't that many copies made for it, but I'm not sure. So, and that's it. That's it for this month's pickups. Pretty nice pickups for me this month, I assume. Can't wait to go play my PlayStation 4 again. So I've been just playing out that thing. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. As always, next month is the holidays, so there might not be as much stuff, but we shall see. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Take care.